G'day friends, trust that you're going well this week. Knowing again that we've been a bit on edge over the last week, wondering what the future holds. Wondering, I guess, who we can trust, what we can trust, which is an interesting question, isn't it? I was thinking about it this week, in the last couple of days. Have you ever experienced a conversation with someone? You've shared your heart, you've shared maybe some questions or some wrestles or some frustrations, only to find that that friend or that person you've shared those things with has passed it on to other people, and then all of a sudden you've got 2 or 3 other people asking you about what you think or how you feel, and you never really intended to have it spread that far. Trust can be hard to find. Or what about those conversations where you know someone coming towards you, and the first question we generally ask is, how are you going? And there's some of those people, I don't know about you, maybe it's just me, some of those people you feel like they're just asking so they can tell you what's happening for them. And we understand that to some extent, but again, it can be hard to trust people. And this time and in this season that we're in, the challenge about who we trust, the information that we trust, can be really difficult. The constant changing nature of information, the constant changing nature of who is affected by the virus and who is affected by this pandemic, and how should we protect ourselves or how should we not protect ourselves. Constantly changing, constantly wrestle. Even the sense of where people are coming from. Who's coming from Melbourne? How are people getting through borders? What contact is having with who? It raises issue of trust. And I've just really felt like we need to find ways to trust one another. And that's not to say that everything's perfect, and that's not to say everything's under control or that people won't be disappointed, because this is why our trust has been jaded over time. We feel like people have disappointed us. Government has disappointed, churches have disappointed us, institutions have disappointed us, people who we once trusted have disappointed, and relationships have changed and shifted. Who can we trust? What information can we trust? I'm not going to sit here and say this is who you need to trust and this is how you need to trust them with the information that they've got. Some of us grab small snippets out of social media, and that becomes the definitive argument for everything that we believe and everything we want to hold our hat on. Trust can be hard to find. I read the psalmist this morning, one of the poets out of scripture, and the psalmist writes, "I can trust in the unfailing love of God." And I know that some of us find it hard or don't even want to know about God because we have been disappointed or our trust has been broken by those who claim to follow God. And this is a challenge, because we often look to trust people based on what they've done, what they've proven, what they've shown, and that's how we view God. What has God done? How has God done, or how hasn't God done it? And so we find it hard to trust in this God. And yet if we can trust that he loves us, that begins a journey to look at the relationship from a different perspective. It's not about what we get, it's not about what we've done, it's not about what we need to prove or what we've achieved. It's out of the beginning places of relationship. Now I know, again, some of us have experienced love and that's been broken. And that's hard to recover from. And yet trust is one of the most critical things that we need in our society, we need in our community. And we might not trust everyone. And that might be wise not to trust everyone. People have let us down. But it is important that we find people whom we can trust, whom we can rely on, who we can share the journey with. Hope it's been a helpful reflection. Blessings, friends.